Someone help me.
All of them. It was always for you.
No.
Doesn't get any better than that. That's all right.
Thank you, Miss Owens. Hope I wasn't too rough.
Oh, no, you were a perfect gentleman.
Now, don't go getting yourself all covered with stage blood. Oh, your next victim awaits.
What?
Dinner, remember? With the new studio boss? And from what I hear about Mr. Strickland, we'd better pack half a dozen carving knives in your stockings. Non-retractable kind.
That was lovely.
Who are you pretending to be?
Who were you pretending I was?
It's a strange life, huh?
Enough of this silliness.
Oh. Justine, how long do I have?
You have as long as you want. Take a shower, pick something to eat.
No, I mean in the abstract. With you.
You say the most adorable things. You really do.
You'll be at the office, I presume.
I really couldn't say. Daddy's bought a brand new toy, a Hollywood film studio. And I have a parade of awestruck young men parading around with tans, regaling me with stories of where it all went wrong and how they personally could fix it. They're worried that it's on the wrong artistic track.
Worried about their jobs. How young?
My guess is it takes them from one spring at Cannes to the next to work up a decent 5 o'clock shadow. Ouch, that scratches. I mean, you filthy man. Don't tell me Napoleon is rising up out of Elba already. This is the airport. This is Monte Carlo. A quarter of an inch. What, 15 minutes?
It's farther than it appears. And the traffic.
We'll pay $60 to go a quarter of an inch.
Anyone who wants to get there badly enough.
No job's worth that. I'll get my own ride.
You'll be taken for a prostitute.
That's it. Stop the car.
What?
That makes 5 women since you left my place.
So you don't want to ride the gig?
Safer to walk than ride while you're spinning your head like the girl in The Exorcist.
Jack Strickland at your service.
Mr. Rodier, I'm a lawyer, and I know my rights better than you do. What did Strickland expect in return? Come on, the guns for what? Why don't you ask Tom Strickland? Because I'm asking you. Enough!
Show Mr. Selton to my office and see that he's served a proper dinner. Oh, so much for the subtle approach.
Nothing?
No. I mean, the ones most willing to talk never really do have much to say anyway. And I hate it. You know, I hate squinting into some corporation's bleached teeth.
It would be better to deal with the principal parties than with the mouthpieces they used to talk to each other.
You mean with Strickland himself? Yeah. Yeah, you think he'd have much to say, though?
But to the sort of person he trusts. That little lawyer, for example. Or, perhaps, to the new, improved Claude Rodier.
What am I supposed to be, exactly?
Pampered, successful, pointless. Monte Carlo won't inquire much beyond that. But feel free to invent whatever you think you might conceivably be successful at.
Listen, don't do this half-assed. I mean, you shoot me out of a cannon into Tom Strickland's swimming pool without a waterproof cover, don't expect a suit back.
You want a longer sleeve on the others?
Strickland did not get to be Strickland by taking every new face on faith. That's what I'm saying, sir.
Interpol agrees. There are very few people Mr. Strickland trusts. One or two close friends, a son, a daughter.
So what's he gonna do, mistake me as his son?
The daughter's name is Justine.
No.
She's more receptive than her father.
No!
Claude. These are different times. Well, why is a man?
You can find yourself a fool with shorter arms.
The name Strickland, isn't it? Oh, I'm not the one with the fangs. That's my father.
Who's your father?
The tomcat.
Pardon?
In the papers, Tom Strickland. I decided if I had to be named after a cat, it was going to be after my jag.
Who's Tom Strickland?
God, my self-image is shattered. You're an American spending your vacation bumming around Europe.
No. Actually, I'm looking for work.
Got any leads?
Several. I'm on my way to check one out now. Are you sure this is the road to Monte Carlo?
It's the scenic route.
Oh, look, I really need to get to town. Isn't there a faster way?
One down there. Want me to take it?
You were picking a day to end your meaningless existence. You wouldn't try to take a stranger down with you, right? Huh? I thought you said there were no speed limits here.
Suppose we could pull over and ask the friendly local police. Want me to?
Drive.
Nice.
4 interview requests, 3 invitations to show your face in public and or private here in Rome, and 2 scripts. This one's got so many writers' names on it, it looks like it was sent by a law firm.
Why does Bruce do that to me when he knows I'm not available?
He's an agent. Maybe he thinks your new boss might make you available if you ask him right.
Tina, send them back. I don't ask favors of people unless I'm prepared to return them, and in Mr. Strickland's case, I'm not.
Well, you are having dinner with him tonight.
Yes, and why am I doing that?
Here's an auto parts salesman from Dallas, or whatever he is, from wherever he's from, who found oil under his oleanders, or whatever he found, wherever he found it, that made him rich, when out of the blue into his grimy auto parts hands falls a studio contract with Olivia Owens. Of course he's starstruck. So why don't you make nice, so he doesn't start casting you opposite Arnold Schwarzenegger's left forearm?
Meeting the man? Fine. That's polite. But I am not a lawn ornament for his oleanders. And I'll make that clear to him if you're not able to.
Tom, you don't want to keep Miss Owens waiting.
Look, call her and tell her I can't make it.
Now, how would that look?
Like I'm not suitably impressed? Like I don't give a damn? Send flowers.
Tom, we don't want Olivia Owens feeling unappreciated. The 3-picture deal's what's keeping the studio in the black.
Oh, then why did we buy this studio? Tell me, what kind of business is it that rises or falls on a pair of false eyelashes?
It's show business, Thomas. It's show business. Let me get it, because we don't have time for this.
I got it. Len, Roy said that you might be stopping by. Unfortunately, I'm a little pressed for time, so...
Then let me just give you this.
Wow. Whose national treasury have you been raiding now?
Down payment.
Really? On what?
On a better world, Tom. For both of us.
I'm not sure that your stockholders will want a better world, especially at this price. I know that mine wouldn't.
Do you know what I'm talking about? The golf contract we both wanted.
I'm not worried.
You've got the will, but not the cash.
Really? Says who?
I've got the cash, but too much dead weight. You're a player. I'm a player at heart. I want to buy in, Tom. Not as Creighton Enterprises, as me. An old friend.
Listen to me. It's true, I am overextended. But then you're overexpanded, aren't you? I will get over whatever it was that I overdid. In the meantime, I think you better take this back before somebody misses it.
Still want to be the Lone Ranger, huh?
Well, that way at least I don't have to watch my back.
You never know what might be gaining on you. Don't let me keep you.
I do this all the time.
You're a wanted criminal, aren't you? Oh, God, why didn't I take that cab?
I really don't see the problem. You just tear up the check and you tell the plastics people that you never received their deposit. And then you call the American Neurological whatever, and you tell them that you would be delighted to accommodate all 800 of them. Do I have to think of everything? His phone does not stop ringing.
It would drive you to drink if it did.
And you stop acting like you know me.
Well, if I don't, who does?
You know what I taste like. You know where my parts are. That is not me. I have a life that you, in the last 2 weeks, nice as they may have been, are not a part of.
Your job. Your family, which for you is the same thing. But is that all, Justine? Don't you want to be more than your father's right-hand man? And you wayward little brother's keeper?
Darling, if you were half the man my brother Jag is, we might stand the chance of, I don't know, a record-breaking week 3 or something. But I suddenly see that you are whiny and sullen, and you clash with the couch. Now, don't pass up a chance to be memorable here. And don't worry, the gardeners have seen better.
I like to think I know how to show a lady a good time. Dennis, you're back. How was Tenerife?
Monsieur Jacques, this makes 24.
Speeding violations? Is that a record?
I think not. But they are all still unpaid. That must
Most certainly, is the record. Your license?
Dennis, I swear to you, I paid the renewal. It just hasn't come in the mail yet.
And the young lady's name?
Look, do we have to do this here, in front of God and everybody?
Absolutely not. Why don't you ride with me?
But of course. Why don't you follow us in my car to the station? Drive carefully.
Yes, we're expecting Mr. Strickland. Please send him up.
Just give us till 8:30 and then call the restaurant.
And say the hotel's burned down and that you're urgently wanted to identify my body.
That's right.
But Olivia, to put it plainly, the man owns you for, what, probably the next 2 years.
I don't know him. I didn't sign with him, and I never agreed to work with him.
True, and true. But let's not kid ourselves into thinking that motley crew he bought out had any particular genius or any particular loyalty to you.
I'm not. It's just that generally I don't like opportunists, and thank God at this point in my life I have no need to be one. Showtime.
Good evening. Miss Owens?
You don't seem very sure.
Of course I am. Everybody knows Olivia Owens. I'm Tom Strickland. It's very nice to meet you.
Come in.
Thanks. You know, you might have picked the stuff for your hotel. Your bellman mistook me for a bike messenger.
That was a compliment.
Oh, was it?
He thought you were a local. I'll just go get my coat. Oh, by the way, this is, I never know what to call you, Tina.
Secretary / best girlfriend.
Ms. Tina Matthews, Mr. Strickland.
Nice to meet you. Just call me Tom. Or, if you'd like, Tommaso. Huh?
And where will you two be exactly? Oh, just in case I need to get hold of Olivia.
Well,
You won't have to.
Oh, well, it's nice to have met you. I hope you both have a lovely evening.
Well, I'd like to say that I've been looking forward to this evening, but, actually I haven't. I mean, until now, this is not coming out right, is it?
No, it's not. And I don't know about you, but I don't like being looked forward to.
Neither do I. I hope you didn't.
Not at all. Not for a minute.
Wonderful.
The son, Thomas Jr., Jag is called. Too young to tell whether he's a victim of high spirits or an actual throwaway.
Sir,
They both work for Strickland. Can't tell what the son does, but it can't be much. Justina oversees their resort development. Booking, marketing.
I'm not going to take the assignment, sir.
These are orders that have come down to me.
Well, I declined them.
You cannot.
Well, I can quit.
Yes, you can quit. To avenge yourself on something that happened when you were too green and stupid to see it coming. Yes, you can do that. And someone else will be sent. He may not know what you know. And if history repeats itself with him, where is your purity then? Your golden card, your BMW, and we've also a membership for you in a private club Justin is known to frequent. Be careful, and nothing will go wrong.
work. I can't believe it.
Tina wears her clothes well, doesn't she?
She makes sure of that because she buys most of them. And the bellman won't be calling you a bike messenger anymore.
You know, it seems strange. I have a certain celebrity, you know. I mean, people write about me in the newspapers, but they don't really know what I look like. I can go anywhere, and I do, but no one knows me.
Well, no one knows me either. Just my face. At least some do.
Oh, look at this. Come on. Hold on, I can't find the alarm here.
Are you okay?
I'm fine.
I'm so
Why did it happen?
I don't know. I would. The silence, look this way, please. Guys, are you in for that? All right. Miss Owens, how long have you been having an affair with Mr. Strickland? Back up.
Mary Matilda, we have more lawyers than the Paris Department of Justice. That's what they're paid to worry about. Your job is to transport us to another dimension, beyond time, income tax, and physical decay. The only crime we need concern yourself with is that of making us read as dull as the Paris telephone book. Well, take it away and burn it.
Mr. Vandenhoff?
What do you think?
It's not very lifelike.
Who are you?
I'm a reporter, sir.
Since when?
Since college. Well, since before then, actually. I edited my high school paper back home and the yearbook, too.
You don't work here?
Not yet. You see, I've just relocated to the area. The name is Nikki West.
What experience have you? Aside from this little glee club or whatever it was?
Well, I interned at the Kansas City Star, and I was junior assistant features editor at the Cleveland Plain Dealer. Did I say junior assistant? I meant assistant.
Assistant? Isn't that a knitting publication?
No, of course not. It's a major newspaper. I'm sure you've heard of it.
Even so, it's not Le Monde, is it?
No, but neither is I. Besides, I've already been to Le Monde, among other places, and that's why I'm here.
Miss Pest, what possible use could it be to me if you don't know anyone here?
Well, I know him. And the name is West. Nikki West.
Tomcat Strickland?
I think it's his son, actually.
Jag? You know Jag Strickland?
He's how I got here. Or at least with his car.
He gave you his car?
Loaned it. You see, the police were chasing us as we were driving.
He was arrested?
For speeding. Well, it was my fault, actually.
You were having sex in the car?
In a Jaguar?
Then it had to be oral sex. So much the better.
No.
Never mind. No. Never mind. Write it. Tear it out of your guts, your pain, your unrequited what have you, and make it sing to me.
It's the thought of you handing over your beloved car keys to a complete stranger that's got me.
Sometimes we trust the wrong people. That's life.
Yeah, maybe, but usually we get their names first.
Justine, will you please stop acting like a long-suffering wife and get down here and fix this?
Well, I was just on my way to a meeting.
Justine, they're actually serious about keeping me overnight this time.
Are the reporters?
Not yet.
Jag. You know, if I didn't dread having to listen to you and Daddy battle this one out, I really think that I would just leave you there this time and let it teach you a lesson.
I promise I'll never do it again.
Namely, that you do not have to give women Jaguars to get them into bed.
That I know. Otherwise, you'd have your own personal fleet of them.
Ah!
Claude!
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now beginning our descent into Nice. We should be arriving at the gate in approximately 8 minutes. Please make sure your seatbelts are fastened and follow your flight attendant's instruction for landing. Mesdames et messieurs, nous allons maintenant commencer notre descente sur Nice. Nous devrions...
There weren't any.
A good writer never limits herself to the facts. There's nothing here about his physical attributes.
Whose?
Mr. Strickland's. Nothing here about his body, his skin, his fragrance, his aroma. Does he have a hairy chest? Does it smell like a pine forest? What was he doing with his hands, his lips, his feet?
They were busy holding down the accelerator.
Workmanly, not shocking, but swift and concise. Of course, it'll have to be entirely redone. So I can offer you no more than 300 francs for it. Advertising. This week's quarter pages.
You know, I'd really rather have a job.
First, you need to learn where good stories are to be found. In Cannes, Villefranche, Nice, here in Monte Carlo. To cultivate sources, to attract the right confidences from the right people, and, of course, to eat at the same time.
How?
Any advertiser who can't afford a quarter page won't be right for you, Nicky.
Oh. Not be right. How?
As a prospective employer. You know, once you shake the Cleveland from your feet, you'll be quite attractive. Pity casinos don't hire women. Think of the stories you could tell. Wait, are you domestic? Ah, what am I thinking of? Prince Rainier has more maids than hair. Besides, no one confides in maids, except in Molière. Yes.
That's an escort service.
Correct. And as a stranger in town, you certainly need escorting.
No, I'm no call girl.
What an absurd idea. Do you think I accept advertising for call girls? It's all done by word of mouth. I've used this excellent service myself.
You?
Mary Matilda, yes. And with my wife's blessing. She's so busy.
I'm not the world's best-loved businessman. And you're right. This is not the first time that...
You don't have to explain. I know what it's like to have people who don't know you, want things, want to do things.
In this case, it's the people that do know me that are lighting the fuses.
Why is that, Tom?
Because I have an addiction. Like a gambler who can't stop. I'm in for the highest score. I can see it in the distance, almost feel the shape of it. And there are people that don't want me to go there. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the police will find that I'm wrong.
Have you told the police?
That would not be wise.
Then why are you telling me?
To let you know that I should be avoided. To see if you're going to avoid me.
I can take care of myself.
We'll be having an affair in the papers next week.
Yes, and you'll probably break my heart in the papers the following week.
Or maybe you can reform me by the Sunday edition.
What brings you home? I don't know if I can call this home. I mean, this hasn't been my neck of the woods for some time.
How's your father?
I don't know. I haven't seen him yet.
What? You blow in, get a shave and a suit, and come straight to see me? I'm flattered.
Yeah, well, partly it's a courtesy call. I mean, I do have to inform the local authorities that I'm here on assignment.
I see. Then the usual precautions,
That's right. You don't know me.
Of course. I didn't, actually.
Listen, Robert, I heard there was a car bombing this evening in Rome involving a prominent citizen that lives right here in your jurisdiction.
Tom Strickland. A detective called from Rome not a half hour ago. No one was hurt. There was a woman, an actress, I think, this time. No suspects. Strickland. That's why you're here, huh? No, don't tell me. The less I know about that one, the safer I feel. Good.
Hi. Oh. Hello, good evening. I'm afraid my nephew isn't here. Oh, just as well. You mean Jag, right? Well, they should have told you at the guardhouse. Oh, they just waved me right in. I guess it was because I was driving Jag's car.
Yeah, I understand.
I mean, the thing is, I still have it. His car.
I see. Have you tried his place? This is his father's house. He doesn't actually live here.
Oh, no. I don't even know where it is. I was wondering if you wouldn't mind giving him the keys and thanking him for me. I parked alongside the house over here. I hope that's okay.
Of course. Thomas actually loaned you one of his prize Jaguars.
It was sort of a snap decision.
Ah. Just like his father, always leaping before he looks. Whom shall I say was here?
He'll know. Thanks a lot.
How are you getting home or wherever it is you're going?
Oh, I don't have far to go. Good night.
Good night. Well, first your car explodes. Then you spend the rest of the evening being questioned by police detectives who seem to want nothing so much as autographs. Oh, what a first date. Well, if no one objects, I think I'll retire. Good night.
Good night.
Night, Tina.
Well, I suppose I should take a cue from Tina and say good night. Although, maybe I should call room service or something. I mean, after all, I did promise you dinner.
No, it's a little late.
The kitchen won't mind. It's not a problem.
I have a lot of new lines to memorize for tomorrow. Thank you anyway.
Even if your new boss says it's okay, huh?
Well, he wouldn't if he knew how expensive it is to have actors show up late to the set. It's not a good idea.
You're right. Time is money. No, you're not right. You can't buy time. Tomorrow night.
I have a rule of keeping early hours when I'm working.
Lunch.
And even if I could trust the schedule, I don't ever leave the set.
Okay.
This is just too complicated.
Is it?
Yes, with your standing here.
Why?
Because whatever I say sounds wrong.
Not whatever you say. Not everything.
Good.
Look, I'll be in Rome for as long as I want to be.
We'll be finished with the shoot.
So Tina will know your schedule. She'll understand when you can fit me in. I'll call Tina.
All right.
Hello? Il y a quelqu'un?
Oh, good morning. I saw your ad in the paper, and I was wondering, are you still looking for Hey! You couldn't have knocked? Who are you? Just somebody who saw you were advertising for a roommate.
Oh, yes, right. Well, what do you think?
It reminds me of home.
Jag, I am out 6,000 francs for last night alone. Now, where does your money go?
I don't know. I don't really spend it. I just notice it's missing.
Oh.
We're rich. Rich people shouldn't have to bother about money.
Maybe instead of sleeping with desk cops and hitchhikers, you should sweep a good attorney off her.
Oh, even I have standards. My companions may not be raving beauties or reek of the House of Chanel, but none of them has ever done me dirt.
What about yesterday's car thief?
She brought it back.
Should I show him, or would that just be too cruel?
Show me what?
Her account of your adventures together. Right underneath where it says strip or get out, he ordered.
I was trying to get a job. Little did I realize that the Marquis de Sade would edit my copy. I realize that I has to sell issues, but there has got to be a better way. I just hope they give me the chance to prove it.
He's a beast.
Well, things get exaggerated.
He ought to be locked up.
Well, all he was doing was speeding.
These rich people, they think they're so far above everything, don't they? They don't have to answer to anyone.
Well, you know what? It was just as much my fault as his.
He ordered you to strip?
No, that's the part I most definitely didn't write.
Oh.
Yeah, he's really not that bad. Jag?
Oh, I know. He's a darling man. I would iron his adorable socks. I would kiss his adorable nose. You know? No. For one thrilling week.
But you called him a beast.
Well, you write so excitingly, or someone does. I just didn't want to be rude. But I can see that, like all the rest of the girls, you adore him, too.
No, I don't.
Well, of course, he's a selfish, spoiled brat. But there's nothing wrong with him that a marriage to someone like me wouldn't fix. So, Nikki, are we going to be roommates? You know, you're just what I've been looking for.
Roommates?
See? I like to invent things, too. Life as it is fine as far as it goes, but life with slipcovers is an adventure.
I never really thought of it that way.
Oh, you have to. I make a living of it. See, when people at parties, they call me up, they say, Bets, life is boring. I have no money, my darling dog is sick. Please come and do something to my living room and take me away from all of this. So I go, and I create a wonderful evening for them.
Nice work if you can get it.
It's my calling. I want to make everyone a movie star of his or her own movie.
Did he call? Who? Tom Strickland. No.
Good. Because he can either have a contract player or a dinner partner. You can't have both. What is that, Tina?
What?
That.
Your lover for all time, Derek. Well, he's mostly going on about flowers. Compares you to a garden. He mentions the shoot. He knows you're here in Rome. Olivia, I think maybe it's time to do something.
No, he's just looking for attention. I mean, that's all. I've gotten letters from strange people.
Yes, but how many? Look.
I don't want to see it.
No, at the envelope, the postmark.
Paris.
I can't help thinking that maybe one of those nice police detectives we met last night could...
No. He'll get it out of his system and then he'll stop.
They think your car's security remote triggered the explosion. It's tuned to the same frequency as the bomb.
So will you stop talking about an attempt on my life? Whoever triggered the thing would know that it could be done from 50 yards away.
Or 50 centimeters.
No, it wasn't a sure thing. It's a message.
Conveying what, Tom?
That it could happen at any time.
So it's a warning.
That's right. We both know what I'm being warned against, don't we?
Yeah, we do, Tom. And is it really worth it?
You kidding? Now more than ever. Looks like for once in my life, I'm not newsworthy.
I don't know about that. I think they just take a real hard line on this kind of stuff. They've had enough experience with copycat bombings not to invite them with headlines.
Still, you'd think with Olivia Owens involved.
I get it. Your feelings are hurt because you're not being connected with this international movie star. That's it, isn't it?
I don't think so. No, it would have given me an excuse. Not that I need one. You know, if you ever met a woman who seemed to need something that nothing, no one in the world could give her. Sounds like somebody to stay away from, doesn't it?